Jiu-Jitsu is the art of doing nothing. And in the same way that boxing used to be a predominant style of fighting in the ancient world and was supplanted by wrestling as the dominant style of fighting in the ancient world, probably around the time that the Mycenaeans realized that getting up close to an opponent was actually far superior in terms of your ability to control the damage than standing in front of someone slugging it out. It's a very interesting sort of revelation. I think of it mostly just as mentioned in the Odyssey, where Odysseus is the wrestler who threw Philoctetes to the ground, and the Phaeacians were much more well known for boxing. I mean, just as Laodamas, the son of the Phaeacian king, is a boxer. So it's not like super well established, but I think that in general, people generally realize that grappling is a far superior form of fighting to striking. So in that same way, grapplers have realized that jiu-jitsu, the ability to do nothing, is far superior to trying to do stuff all the time. It's just not a very effective way of fighting, because if I have to do stuff to you in order to beat you, then that takes energy, and energy can like wean away over time. So what I'm really getting at is that I think that the ultimate thought process around warfare has to do with the predominant style of hand-to-hand combat. I think that what style of hand-to-hand combat is most innovative in the world at this point in time, jiu-jitsu, is indicative of the style of warfare that would be most effective at this point in time as well. The style of warfare that's most effective is not, let's call boxing is like Napoleonic warfare. Boxing is like, we both agree that we're going to stand this distance from each other and we're going to shoot at each other till one of us is completely dead. It's not very effective. It's just not a very effective style of fighting. And then you see guerrilla warfare. Guerrilla warfare is like, when you're strong, you can't find me. When you're weak, you can't get rid of me. It's much more wrestling style of fighting. And then eventually guerrilla warfare gets supplanted into like economic warfare. More of like, I'm not even going to do anything. I'm just going to influence economic factors to starve you out. That's the kind of warfare that we see going on for the most part today. It's why there's a tariff war going on. Why is there a tariff war? Well, there's a tariff war because warfare today consists of not doing anything. It consists of just writing down shit on pieces of paper and just giving it to people and like seeing what happens as a result of what you wrote down in the paper. Do I turn left? No, do I turn right here? No, I do not turn right here. I probably turned right at the next one. So, in that same way, the way you need to train, like also like legal cases, for instance. Legal cases are basically wars of attrition. Jiu-jitsu is a war of attrition, fundamentally. Jiu-jitsu is this war of like, can I make you do more than the other person in a way that puts you at a disadvantage, putting me at the advantage? I'm not necessarily trying to jump to an advantageous position, but I am trying to make you take away from your own advantages by overreacting to things, overcommitting to things. And that's the current legal strategy. I mean, right now, people can just go and drag you into court. Like, literally, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but you could just be dragged into court by some rich dude. Like, he could just drag you into court and he could just draw out the legal proceedings forever until you're bankrupt, and that's it. And he never even has to win in court. He just puts you in a situation that you cannot survive. And that is jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is this art of survival. It's this art of like, I'm going to do nothing and survive as hard as I possibly can. And by doing nothing and surviving as hard as I possibly can, I will then I will then win, because at some point you'll like, even like me, like if I had to fight a 350 pound linebacker. Like, literally, if I had to fight, like, you throw me in a gladiatorial arena with a 350-pound linebacker, I am going to wear him out. I am going to fight him with a war of attrition. I will create a dichotomy where he either has to waste energy or sacrifice advantage. That's it. It's like energy or advantage, energy or advantage, energy or advantage. At some point, he will become tired. And when he gets tired, I will kill him. And that will be the end of him, and that will not be the end of me. That's a very jiu-jitsu approach. The boxing approach would be, I'm just going to stand there and slug with him. The wrestling approach is, I am going to take him down and pin him. And I mean, that's great. Like, that is great. But against someone who also knows wrestling, who's just massively yoked out of their minds, it's just not really going to work. Because, like, it might work, but it's not guaranteed to work. And that's where jiu-jitsu is so fascinating. Jiu-jitsu is this study of survival and death. That's really all jiu-jitsu cares about, is like, what helps me survive and what makes you die. If I know what makes you die, then I can invert that and figure out what helps me to survive. If I know how to survive, I can invert that and make you die. And that's basically jiu-jitsu. And I think that that is the current state of global warfare. The current state of global warfare is not there's no all-out wars really anymore. I mean, I guess there's the Ukrainian thing going on, but even that isn't really like a war in the traditional sense. That's a bunch of Russians getting blown up with drones, and sucks to suck, man. Like, and I'm not even trying to crap on the Russians. Like, if you're a Russian, you're watching this and you're getting blown up by drones, I mean, dude, like, figure something out, man. That's a rough situation to be in. I mean, we elected some dude who, like, dodged the draft, so... And I'm proud of that. Like, fuck the draft, man. I'm not going to die for JP Morgan. Like, I'm literally not going to go die for JP Morgan. And that's sort of a problem with fiat currency, is that it really, like, hurts people's willingness to die for their country, because it's like, what am I even dying for? It's like just fractional reserve banking that largely wants to outsource all the manufacturing to slave labor in other countries. Gotta love that freedom. I mean, I think we should sort this out as a country. This definitely needs to be sorted out as a country, but you need to have self-belief. Like, self-belief is a major part of it as well, which is why disinformation campaigns are such a viable strategy, because if you can hurt your opponent's ability to endure, then that's really all that matters. I think that that's sort of like the overarching theory of warfare, as I understand it, is this ability to endure. If you can endure without compromising position, that is, and by endure, I mean you have to raise children who are the same as you or better. Like that, if you don't raise children who are like you, like the Spartans said that their definition of a nation was what you are, what I am, you were, what you are, I will become. That is the definition of a nation. If you don't have that relationship with your children or your parents, then you aren't really a nation, you're a slave. A slave is what other people make him. So that is a major thing. Like, this is one way that the United States is not enduring right now, or at least various people within the United States aren't enduring. We are succumbing to the nonsense of public schooling, of basically outsourcing our familial culture to the culture at large. I mean, if the culture at large dictates what happens behind closed doors with your own family, well, then you can't say what I am, you were, what you are, I will become. You can't say that. And then what is there? There's just, I don't know, there's like The Office, I guess. I guess you can watch The Office, and you can watch Friends. You can be friends! Ah! I think it's absolutely retarded. I've never seen an episode of Friends in my life, but it's so fucking stupid. Like, why would I watch that shit? It's just like, The Office has some funny moments. Like when Dwight carves the heart out of it, he puts his face on the W. He's like, I need its heart. Like, that was pretty comical. But like, this is nonsense. These people aren't your family. Like, And it's like, well, does it matter if my family or not? Like, my family would die for me, and I would die for my family, like, legitimately, and we train all the time. So it's like, it feels good, you know? You want to have someone who's, like, really in your corner, because what the hell, you know? Like, life can be really brutal, and you could be enslaved in a brick kiln in Pakistan. Warfare. So this is where I think jiu-jitsu comes in. Right now, what I think the thing that's incumbent is to, like Elon Musk, for instance, like, he just survived, and now he's at a point where he's just destroying the bureaucracy that tried to hinder him. It's amazing. Like, he's got them in a frickin' chokehold. And the thing about a chokehold is, you don't need a lot of strength to finish from a chokehold, baby. I just gotta survive till you mess up, and then I'm on your back choking you out, and now you can't breathe. It's great. That's warfare in the modern world. And one way I'm positioning myself favorably for that is appealing to people with longer attention spans. I want to appeal to people with longer attention spans, because the short attention spans, short survival span. They're like mayflies. They just drop. Like, they're inconsequential, and they buzz around. These short attention span people. But long attention span people, you know, that's something that's actually worth investing in. Those are people worth talking to. So that's part of my long-term survival strategy, is building a following of people with long-term attention spans. And then my children will hopefully continue that on, and I will continue that on, and it will continue on until my family is at a position where they can put the culture in a rear naked choke if they so desire. Not that I think that that's the goal, but put the despotism of the culture in a rear naked choke. I mean, ultimately, that's what America's for, right, baby? It's what America was founded on. America was founded on this idea that you can kill tyrants too. You too can kill tyrants, like Smokey the Bear. Maybe I'll, like, become a mascot. I'll become like Smokey the Pirate, or like Patchy the Pirate, and I'll be like, "Arr! Only you can kill tyrants." Gotta kill tyrants. But the real tyrants are the people who tell you that you're being a tyrant by trying to take ownership of your own life. It's 1,000,001 ways that people are being gaslit in this country, and that is why, and it's interesting, it's like, again, this is the war of attrition that is jiu-jitsu. It's all these false steps to try to get you to come out of your shell so they can rip your limbs off and expose your neck. That's all it is. And the reason that they've settled on this as a strategy, everyone's settled on this as a strategy. This is business strategy. Like, this is just business strategy. Like, I was health coaching. It was crazy. It's like, if you figure out something health coaching, it's like someone else just come and try to, like, murder you and steal all of your customers. And, like, it's just crazy. Like, the level of competition that exists has made it such that the only thing that's viable is a war of attrition. Like, how could you win anything that isn't a war of attrition? Winning is surviving. That's really all it is. Like, you're not going to, no matter how many enemies you finish, it's the Hydra. Like, how do you beat the Hydra? You survive. I guess you also have to, like, burn their necks off or something. Like, fire is good, but I haven't really figured out that part of the metaphor yet. So I'm just working on surviving and expanding on my jiu-jitsu as a metaphor for this style of survival. I mean, that's even like what, I mean, that's what the Middle East is now, too. It's like, you don't even know who the enemy is, so you're just kind of like, it's like you don't know what the real threat is. Is he going for an armbar? Is he going for a leg lock? Like, what is it? Who even is it? Like, where is it coming from? Where is the threat coming from? And you're just sitting there, and you have to, like, act from this state, and you have to continue to keep your energy up, and you can't let your energy dissipate, because if your energy dissipates, well, then the enemy is all around you, and you can't get rid of him. So, just to be completely open, because I find it fascinating, I'm going to go urinate in the side of the road, but stay tuned for part 2.